to, we're going to see if we can have a walk down the new area. We're going to also see if you guys are allowed to comment. So it's nice round here actually. I haven't walked down here for ages. I keep singing that song, that Rehab song from Amy Winehouse, because I watched it on Netflix. And let's wait for you guys to join. I've had this cold. It's not very nice cold. It's like making me feel groggy. I just want to see if it's going to let you guys join down. I don't know what the signal's like down here. See if you can message me, guys. Let's see if we get any messages. Right, Stacy. Hi. We've got Linda. Okay, let's just see if it lets you comment. Now, I apologise for my sniveliness. Hi, Elaine. I'm hoping, hi, Annette, Sarah, I'm hoping that it lets you comment, because on the last one, it didn't let you comment. So let's just see what happens. I don't know what the internet is like. I'm walking down a new area. This is a new area. No, it's not COVID. It's just a sniveler. It's going to be okay, guys. Going to be all right. Positive. I'll probably have a heart attack now. So now today, I think I've said enough about the troll. Let's just concentrate on building up the 24/7 chat on defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the live stream. Yeah, should we do that? We'll just concentrate on. Sorry, my eyes are. So the defending Elvis Presley, Louis' daily live streams. Yeah. Let's concentrate on that chat, that 24/7 chat, and we'll try and build that up. Yeah. But it is nice here. Look, this is all new. It's a new build area. Look, it's quite near to my house. Yeah. There's some new houses down here. We're going to go and have a look. Hi, Tonna. We're going to see if we can keep the messages coming rather than... Yeah, it is beautiful. This area used to be swampland. England is beautiful, yeah. I'm going to show you the houses in a minute. Yeah, I do, you're right. So, my intention is... I've got to go shopping. Yeah, I do like England, I must admit. I do like England. I was born here. I was born in Weston-super-Mare near Bristol, 1967. But my intention is to go shopping. My wife wants chicken and salad, so we can do that. And then I want to do a live. But before I go shopping, I wanted to just have a walk, get some fresh air, because I reckon I think I spent 2.5 hours trying to fix this problem on Facebook. I did change my password, so I think I'm pretty safe. So, you know, I don't like blocking people, guys. Jane, yeah, the best age, 57. Woo! Right, look, we're near the houses. I love on an island. We have lovely beaches, beautiful villages, and so much. Yeah, we do. Now look at these houses, guys. Let's get a bit nearer. Now, a little story. There was a guy called Derek Mead. Hi, Vincenzo. There was a guy called Derek Mead. Now, this area, if you look, is cool. I'll take you to the sign. It's called Mead. And it's a bit of a sad story. I knew Derek. He was a very important landowner in my town. Let me just show you the sign. See that? Mead Reservations. There's the house sign. Now, I knew Derek quite well. He was a farmer that inherited thousands of acres of land from a farming sort of history, and he loved his dog. This is quite a sad story. He loved his dog, and he was on his tractor. This is an elderly man. He was about 63. Not old, just a bit older. So not elderly. 63 isn't old, is it? And he got out of his tractor to open a gate. He left the dog in the car. Yeah. And as he was opening the gate, the dog knocked the tractor into gear and the tractor crushed him. That's the owner of all this land all around here. And the land goes on for miles. It's a very sad story because he was a nice guy. Derek Mead, his name was. Derek Mead. So, quite a sad story. But then all this land was sold off. Yeah, it's horrible. The dog, his own dog, accidentally killed him by putting it into gear, the tractor. It's just... And I had a few meetings with him because he was a councillor. And when I was in business, I was invited to a lot of council meetings with the owner of the pier. Do you know Elaine, do you know the Grand Pier in Weston-super-Mare? Well, he is a friend of mine, and he would bring me to his meetings with the Western Council. All right, we've lost the comments now. It doesn't matter. There's no more comments, guys. So, oh yes, no, we have got a comment. Yes, all right, Elaine. So we do. Now, the owner of the pier is a good friend of mine. Yeah, I did some business with him, and we grew up. We knew each other when we were kids. And he would take me to these council meetings, and Derek Mead would be there, and that's how I met him. So it's very sad to see the way he died. It's really sad that the dog that he loved caused his death. Now, the moral of the story is, if you've got a tractor, turn it off, turn the ignition off if there's a dog in the car. But, you know, we send Derek love. Anyway, let's get back to the topic. So I want to do Priscilla's partners a bit later. I might do it in the camper van, I haven't decided yet. And what we're going to do with Priscilla, we're going to look at her partners, but we're going to really... Yeah, your beaches are lovely. And yeah, they are beautiful, but the sea is grey and muddy. Yeah. So what we're going to do, we're going to go through all the different boyfriends that Priscilla had. Now, some say that she was secretly married. Some say that she was secretly married to Marco Garibaldi Garcia. Is this true? So-called Brazilian descent? Or was he Italian? No, they were together 22 years, weren't they? That wind, now the wind is getting me. So we're going to try and see. There was a guy in the 60s, a singer. How do I say it? Non-white. They're saying that she had an affair with him in the 60s. I think, is his name Lima or something? Does any of you know his name? The guy that they say Priscilla was seeing in the 60s. Do any of you know his name? But anyway, so we'll probably start off talking about Elvis, and yes, Frankie Lymon, that's it, Stacey, yes. We're going to try and look him up. Thank you, Stacey. Diana, sorry. keep the comments a little bit short because they only stay on for about 3 seconds. So we're gonna talk about Elvis and Priscilla, how they met, our version of things, how we think things went. Yeah, Frankie. Then what we'll do, we'll try and see who her first boyfriend was, which, now we know it was Mike Stone, but we'll talk about Steve Peck, because I know that Elaine has given me his real name. Elaine, don't forget that real name that you gave me, which I did take a picture of. We'll try and look up Steve Peck, under his real name. We know he was 39 or something. Much older than Priscilla. The dance instructor, the guy who owned the dance studio. And I think he was involved in other things as well, wasn't he? Yeah, so Vincenzo, you knew about Frankie Lyman. I don't know much about him. Tell me something about him, guys. Was he a rock and roll singer? Was he a preacher? What? Anyway. So then we'll jump over to Mike Stone. We'll talk about Mike Stone. And I've got a lot to say about him because I don't like his interviews. Now, Mike Stone, if you ever watch my live feeds, I don't want to be sort of rude and disrespectful, but I do find that your excuses for what happened, why you left your wife, Frances, who was pregnant with a girl as well, with a girl as well, so 2 kids, 1 on the way, and the reasons that you make it sound okay that Priscilla left Elvis, even though she had a small child. I'm not sure how old Lisa Marie was then. You guys, tell me, how old was Lisa Marie when Priscilla left Elvis? How old was she? Was she 7? Now, I don't like Mike Stone's, the way he describes it. I actually find him quite cold. She was 4, was she? Or someone says 6. I actually find the way that Mike Stone describes the breakup of his marriage, the breakup of Priscilla's marriage, quite cruel. He sort of says, nobody owns anyone. Why should anybody own anyone? And he tries to talk about it like it's the law of attraction, and he tries to speak about it in a spiritual way, and I just don't like it. Like the universe decided it. It's just, I just find that the way he explains his affair, the breakup of his and her marriage, disrespectful to Elvis. I really do. I think Elvis deserves better than that. And I think there's a lot of ego. There's a lot of ego, isn't there? It's like, now he might not say it in words, but I find him very brash, yeah? I find Mike Stone's interview, I think there's 2 very good recent interviews, isn't there? I find him very brash. I don't like the way I think he disrespects his wife, Frances, and wasn't she his second wife? Is that right, guys? That Frances Stone was his second wife. Now I wonder, it's very interesting, I wonder whatever happened to his kids. We never get to hear about Mike Stone's kids. Now from the interview I watched with Mike Stone, and I've seen 2 very good ones, I don't think he even kept a friendship with his daughter, did he? I don't know, I actually don't know. But she's in every right to be upset with him because he abandoned his 2 children, I know one was on the way, and his wife, for sex because he fancied Priscilla. Yeah, it's the truth, guys. As corny as it sounds, he wanted to get naked with Priscilla, she wanted to get naked with him, and because of that bit of fun, because that's all it is, let's face it, sex is just a bit of fun, isn't it? For that, he broke up 2 families, damaged 3 children. 3 children, guys. And then I find that when he talks about how Priscilla pursued him, made a beeline for him to chat him up, I actually find it quite rude and disrespectful. I don't like it. I find it quite arrogant. I think he's a bit big-headed. And I'm not even trying to be cruel and mean about Mike Stone. I'm just saying how that interview came across. Now you guys, what did you think of the interview? Did you think he came across rude and arrogant? Now we're talking about karate champion here. Now the story is that she saw him years before at a karate exhibition. I think your comments have stopped, guys, but it doesn't matter, I'll keep walking. She saw him at a karate exhibition. Oh no, here they go, they're working again. So she saw him at a karate exhibition, and that was the man she was going to have, and she sought him out, and the next time she saw him, she went for him, yeah? She made it very obvious that she liked him, and he knew it. Yeah, he was, yeah. Elvis, he was full of himself. Yeah, pleased with himself, Jane. Yes, Priscilla and Mike Stone in 1968 told him to give Priscilla lessons, yes. So, she's a very difficult person to resist back then. You know, in the end of the 60s, early 70s, I would say she was almost irresistible. I think this is why he would leave his wife, his pregnant wife. Now I know that Mike Stone clearly says that they were unhappy, so it was okay that they split up. But I don't think so. I think they could have made a go of it. I think they could have got help. Now, how many of us have been through bad patches with our partners? How many of us have been through bad patches with our partners? We don't jump ship. If there's kids involved, if you've got a pregnant wife and a small girl, I think she was 7, yeah? You don't go, bye, I'm gonna go and have sex with that Elvis's wife. That's not what you do. You make it work for the kids. It doesn't have to always be hot, passionate sex. It doesn't have to be. Once you get married, you make a commitment. Now don't forget, he'd already been divorced once. Once you get married, you make a commitment, don't you? Everyone goes through ups and downs. I've had plenty of ups and downs with my wife, but we love each other and we have children. We don't have to be going at it like rabbits every day to be happy. So he was in his 30s, my guess is, late 20s, early 30s. And I just think, regardless of the fact it was with Priscilla, regardless of the fact that it was Elvis Presley, because I think that was a bit of an ego trip, the fact that it was Elvis's wife. A bit of a trophy wife, yeah? Ooh, what a victory. I managed to take Elvis's wife off him. Look how great I am. I think a bit of that went on, in my opinion. How many of you guys think that for Michael Stone, how many of you think that to him it was like winning a medal? Ha, I've got Elvis's wife. How many of you? Ha, I've got Elvis's wife. Look at me, I'm great. Woo. Yeah? And even nearly 50 years later, he's still boasting about it, yeah? And hi, Annette. And you think about it, have you seen his new book? Now, why does his new book have to be called, can one of you tell me the name of it? It's called something like Mike Stone, My Life with Priscilla and Lisa. Is that right? Is that right, guys? Do any of you know the title of Mike Stone's new book? I'm sure Elaine will get it up. Yeah, he did. Sue, he lost his entire family. Come on, what is the name? One of you will know the name of the book that he just released. The one that he said Yes, My Life with Priscilla and Lisa Marie. What is that? That isn't a Mike Stone book. Now, if he wants to talk about his life, his karate career, because he was a karate champion. I think he won over 42 wins in a row, yeah? And okay, he'll mention his different girlfriends, his different relationships, okay. But why would he? And he's there saying, oh, if you want to hear any bad things about Priscilla, you're not buying the right book. But then he goes and calls it Mike Stone, My Life with Priscilla and Lisa Marie. Come on, guys. Trying to make money off Elvis, even 50 years later, more or less. Actually, it is 50 years, because they were together in 71 secretly for 1 year. So you think about it, guys. 50 years, over 50 years after their relationship, he's still trying to make money off Elvis. Because I guarantee you guys, that when he was with when he was with Priscilla and Lisa Marie, because they lived together for 4.5 years, that he got a lot of money out of it. I guarantee you, the home they lived in was paid for by Elvis. I put money on it. Or should I say paid for with Elvis's money by Priscilla. I guarantee you, the lifestyle that they led, yeah? I put money on it that the lifestyle they led was paid for by Elvis. Mike Stone didn't have any real money. Yeah? So, 50 years later, he's writing a book, calling it Mike Stone, My Life with Priscilla, Presley and Lisa Marie. What a joke. Should be ashamed of himself. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that this so-called karate champion with a massive ego that accepts no responsibility for his behaviour is still trying to make money selling a book. It's a joke. Honestly, it's embarrassing, guys. Should be ashamed of himself. My Life, Mike Stone, My Life with Priscilla and Lisa. Lisa, the 7-year-old child. Oh, by the way, I took Lisa away from her father. I broke their family up. I left my wife, my pregnant wife. I left her. I left my 7-year-old daughter so that I could shag Elvis's missus. Disgusting. Mike Stone, if you ever watch this, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should at least take some responsibility and admit your wrongdoing. At the very least, admit to you that you were wrong. Is your ex-wife still alive? I heard you got married again. You live in a remote island, is that right? Well, I think you owe Francis an apology. I think you owe your children an apology. Seriously, guys. Yeah. Elaine, where's his morals? Yeah? You know me, I'm not being hateful. I'm not being nasty. I'm being defensive for Elvis. I'm being defensive for Lisa Marie. Could you imagine what Lisa Marie went through? You think about it, guys. Look what Lisa Marie went through so that Priscilla and Mike could have a bit of fun. So they could have a romp. That poor girl had to leave Gracelands, leave Elvis, who she adored. Do we admit that, guys? She absolutely adored Elvis. Elvis absolutely adored Lisa Marie. Could you imagine what they went through? What Lisa went through, missing her poor dad, Elvis. Because she didn't see Elvis as Elvis. She saw Elvis as dad. She was very close to him. Elvis would sit in Lisa Marie's bedroom for hours and hours and hours, even if she wasn't there. Even if she was not there. Doesn't that make your heart stop for a second? Doesn't that make you think, poor Elvis, that he has to sit in his very young daughter's bedroom, missing her, hoping to see her, And then you have to think about Mike Stone's children, the way that they were broken-hearted. How did things go when the baby was born? Mike Stone's baby. Was Mike Stone there? Or was he in some suave restaurant in LA with Priscilla? You get what I'm saying, guys? I can honestly say that the breakup between Mike Stone and Priscilla and Mike Stone's wife, Frances, was one of the cruelest public breakups I've ever heard of. Ever. Heartbreaking. For 3 children, one of them not even born. Then we have the embarrassment that poor Elvis Presley, yeah? Watching it in the magazines, in the tabloids, on TV news clips. Not only his wife with another man, even kissing in public. Mike Stone and Priscilla even kissing in public, yeah? But Elvis had to watch this played around the world. Around the world, guys. Even with no phone technology, even with no Facebook and Instagram, it was around the world on every newspaper, on news clips everywhere, magazines everywhere. Elvis had to watch this from his home. And some of the pictures, if you see some of the pictures, they are heartbreaking. They are heartbreaking. You see Lisa Marie, Priscilla and Mike Stone all holding hands. Holding hands, guys. Isn't that terrible? Elvis had to watch this. His daughter that he worshipped. Pictures of her at the fair, shopping, in restaurants, holding hands with another man. Another man was Lisa Marie's father. So you'd think all these years later, guys, all these years later, you'd think that once Mike Stone had the opportunity to be interviewed, my God, it's getting hotter, that he'd apologise. You think, I watched those last 2 interviews, they're quite recent, and you think that Mike Stone would take that opportunity to say sorry. Sorry for his wrongdoing. Sorry for breaking up 2 families. Sorry to poor Frances, who was a very beautiful woman, by the way. Sorry to Lisa Marie. Sorry to his 2 children. Sorry to his unborn baby. This was his opportunity to make things right. But no, in both interviews, he makes excuses to make it okay. And he uses the law of attraction. The Secret, yeah? Have you heard of that book? The universe decided it. Yeah, that's his answer. It's a total washout. A total cop-out. Now this is what he should have done. This is what he should have done, guys. Mike Stone, this is what you should have done. You should have apologised for the families you broke up, for your indecent behaviour, immoral behaviour. That's what you should have done. And maybe you had half a chance of the Elvis fans even thinking at least that you might have changed for the better. Instead, they just see you as being arrogant and full of ego, big-headed, and proud. I would say proud of your behaviour and making excuses. Excuses. And you actually expect the public, the general public, to fall for your waffle, to fall for the rubbish that you're saying, because it is rubbish. Even saying in the book, I won't be writing this book. If you're buying this book to see negative things about Priscilla, don't buy the book. Now, what a stupid thing to say, because I'm telling you now, the only reason anyone is going to buy your book is because they want to know what happened between you and Priscilla. That is the only reason. And you know it. So to say that is just stupid. Now you said, while you were being interviewed, you said, I'm not going to trash Priscilla in your interviews. Now I watched both those interviews, and you do trash her. You do trash her. You talk about how her intentions against Elvis to divorce him. You talk about how she chatted you up, how she went out of her way to get your attention. And I actually think the way you talk about Priscilla does trash her. So this so-called person that you're trying to protect her dignity, her pride, you don't want to fall out with Priscilla in case she sues you, does a lawsuit against you. Well, I actually think that interview made her look pretty silly. Guys, did any of you watch those interviews? Do you think Mike Stone's words made Priscilla look silly? Please, in your comments. Do you think the way that Mike Stone spoke about Priscilla in those two interviews, the recent interviews, made Priscilla look stupid? Yeah, it did. It did. So, I'm going to keep walking, guys. Luckily, the comments are still working. So, I have looked up Mike Stone's karate career. He was a big champion. Elvis really admired him. Elvis called him a badass. His own words. Elvis's own words. Mike Stone is a badass. They even went to see him in different exhibitions. I think maybe even went to see him perform. Elvis loved karate. We know Elvis was a black belt. He loved karate. Is that how he met Dave Hebler? I asked Elaine, is that how Elvis met Dave Hebler? Because Dave Hebler was a amazing karate teacher, wasn't he? But my point is, Elvis respected the karate world. It really mattered to him. It was really important to him. So for Priscilla to choose Mike Stone, of all people that were going to upset and humiliate Elvis, she chooses Mike Stone, the karate champion. How cruel is that? Come on, seriously. Now, do we think that she wanted to choose someone who was powerful, that could stand up to Elvis? Do any of you think that? Do any of you think she was worried about leaving him, so chose someone that could fight, just in case Elvis came coming? I just wonder. What do you think, guys? Did she genuinely fancy him? Because he's not a good-looking man, is he? Obviously he had an Adonis body, but he's not a good-looking man, is he? Does anyone think Mike Stone is good-looking? What do you think, guys? Now you think, when she went running off with Mike Stone, skipping down the road with her bags of money and Lisa Marie in tow, and at first, did you know that at first she was saying, I didn't want any money? Now, we're talking about the divorce now. Do you know that Priscilla at first said, I don't want no money, I know you're going to look after me? Elaine, did you know that? Yep, at first, I don't want any money, I just want my freedom, I want to discover myself. Oh, thanks, Elaine. I want to discover myself. I want to find myself. This is Priscilla's words. Did they, Vincenzo, did they actually meet? I love Bruce Lee. I heard that Elvis wanted to meet Bruce Lee, but never did. But he wanted to. Wouldn't that have been great? They would have got on really well. Really well. I really admire Bruce Lee. I love Bruce Lee. I've watched many of his documentaries and his movies. They're amazing. So Priscilla wanted to create her own life, her own world for herself with Elvis's money. So she left him saying, I don't want any money. Yeah? Do we know this, guys? I don't want your money. I know you're going to look after me. So I know I'll have a home and I'll have everything paid for. So the first divorce settlement, we have done live streams on the first divorce settlement. We have done it, yeah? I think it was 100,000. I think there was a property involved. There was a monthly amount. Was it $1,500 a month? It was a pretty simple settlement. Wasn't there a motorcycle and a couple of cars involved on the first divorce settlement? And Elvis was always going to make sure that Priscilla never wanted for anything. Yeah? But no, it's not good enough. So as far as I know, they had an apartment together. Is that right? Does anyone know? Did they have, they had an apartment together. Is that right, guys? I'm in the shade for a bit. Mike Stone and Priscilla had an apartment together that Elvis decorated. Is that right? I'm just reading your comments. Now, in the shade, I can read your comments. Now, who knows who the next person was? Yes, I thought so, Elaine. Eventually, she got bored of him. Yeah, she wanted the California lifestyle. She liked other men. Now, we know that she eventually went back for more money. Now, the second divorce settlement took quite a while. It took quite a while, didn't it? It wasn't a quick... It was still going on in 1977. This is when the lien was placed on Graceland, the charge. The deed of trust was created because Elvis couldn't afford to pay Priscilla because it was such a massive amount of money. Vernon and Elvis were worried that they were going to go bankrupt, that they were going to lose Gracelands. So the attorneys, the lawyers, had this idea about creating a deed of trust, putting a charge, a lien on the property, guaranteeing that Priscilla gets her money. Her greed. Priscilla, a very greedy lady, in my opinion. I think this time the total amount of money was actually 1.5 million. Some people say it was 725,000, but no. That was just the first half. It was 2 lots of 725,000 that Elvis did not have. Some people say that is why Elvis sold his recording rights, pre-1973 recording rights. She also wanted a percentage of his royalties. Yeah, she wanted a percentage of his royalties. So I actually have a feeling that she had to. Right, let me just get my facts right. A divorce deposition was written up, I think, by Elvis's lawyers. Now, if Amy was here, she would put me right. He was defending himself. Amy, are you on? Right. So was the divorce deposition in March 77? All I know is this. Priscilla, and Amy is the best one to ask this, had to prove to a judge that she was allowed to go for a second divorce settlement, because in the first divorce settlement, she'd agreed to stop using the name, yeah, Presley. She'd agreed the money, the car, the motorbike, the monthly payments, spousal payments, and she'd agreed to not go back for more money. She even agreed that if they got back together, that she could keep everything. I repeat, she even agreed if they got back together, she could keep everything. Now, how greedy is that? Come on, seriously, guys. If we get back together, I'm going to keep everything. Come on, do you agree that is... That's taking the biscuit, guys. That is taking the biscuit. I don't eat biscuits. Now, I don't know all the facts. Amy Collett will. Amy Collett, who we love. Auntie Amy, I call her. Auntie Amy, where are you? We need you. Twin, is that Elaine? Is she your twin? So, I don't know the details, but eventually, the judge agrees that Priscilla can go for a second divorce settlement, and this is when the big guns come out. The big guns come out, Vincenzo. 1.5 million. 6,000 a month spousal. Yes, your twin, Elaine. Amy Collett is your twin. 6,000 monthly payments. 10% of the recording rights. A crazy amount of money that Elvis did not have, and they say that because of it, he sold his pre-1973 recording rights to RCA. The biggest mistake ever made in history in show business. Elvis Presley selling his recording rights like crazy. Literally like crazy. It's unbelievable that it even happened. Yes, especially in 1977. And this was all going on when the Memphis Mafia released a tell-all book, Elvis What Happened, Sonny West, Red West, Dave Hebler. And Elvis had these mental chronic health conditions, seriously bad chronic health conditions, yeah? You imagine 1977 for Elvis. Could you imagine how horrific that year was? And I know mixed in all that, he was with Ginger Alden. We like Ginger Alden, don't we? Most of us like Ginger Alden. We think she was a good girl. She treated Elvis good. Most of us think, you know, she was a bit out of her depth. Was she 20? Was she 20 years old? Elvis was 42. Was she infatuated? Was she besotted with Elvis? They got engaged. Did they really get engaged? Probably. Were they ever going to get married? Don't know, guys. Do any of you guys think that they were going to get married? Honestly, let me ask you guys. Do any of you guys think they were going to get married? Now, I like Ginger Alden. I'm actually quite a fan of most of Elvis's girlfriends, yeah? So Teresa thinks no. Teresa wants Anne Margaret to marry Elvis. Teresa, do you want Anne Margaret to marry Elvis? We all know the answer. I actually like most of Elvis's girlfriends that I know about. Do I have a favourite? That's a good question. Do I? Quite like Mindy Miller. Mindy Miller, are you watching us? I quite like you. I'm okay with Linda Thompson. She was a beautiful girl, I think. Should we see if there's any blackberries? Blackberries, look, blackberries. So, do you have a favourite guy? Whilst I'm eating blackberries, do any of you have a favourite Elvis girlfriend? Come on, who was your favourite? Hey, Leonardo. Elvis choices in women. Yeah, I respect Elvis choices in women. Yeah. Elaine, he probably would have chose you if you give him a chance. Come on, let's see some names. Vincenzo, who was your favourite Elvis girlfriend? They're all dead. No, I'm checking, Elaine. Elaine, do you have a favourite? Elaine, do you have a favourite girlfriend for Elvis? Do you think I look silly walking down with my stick? Right, there's no more there. Let's have a look, see if there's any. Let's gonna see if there's any over here. So, I'm just sort of passing time now. I need to have a I haven't had any dinner. Elaine, I think he should have picked you. I think you were his favourite girlfriend, Elaine. Who thinks that Elvis should have picked Elaine? Teresa, do you think Elvis should have picked Elaine? Yeah, I think Ginger was lovely, I must say. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, Linda Thompson was nice. I do like Linda Thompson. I'm just having a bit of fun. Just having a bit of fun. So who, can I ask, who was the next boyfriend of Priscilla after Mike Stone? Who was? Seriously. Now, was it Richard Kardashian? I bet Elaine knows. Was it Richard Kardashian? Who was the next boyfriend after Mike Stone? When she got bored of Mike Stone, dropped him like a rock, didn't fancy him anymore, didn't want to bonk him anymore. So who was her, after she chucked Mike Stone away like he was a bag of crisps? Yeah, I think it was Kardashian. Now, the reason I bring him up, obviously he's very famous. His family are very famous. Yeah, we are on WhatsApp. We're not a WhatsApp group, but we are on it. The reason I bring up him, because I've always thought that he was the person that gave her advice. Yeah? Yes. Elaine, I've always thought that he was the person that gave her the advice to go back for the second divorce settlement. I've always thought it was him. And I asked Amy this, and Amy was like, no, I don't think so. But guys, the timeline fits. Bonking, yeah. Sorry, Sue. It's a British thing. Bonking. When she got bored of bonking Mike Stone, I've always thought that Robert Kardashian, was the one who advised her to go back for a second divorce settlement. Does anyone agree with me? Anyone? You work out the timeline. Tonya, she thinks Mindy understood him best and was genuine. I agree. She understood his religious side, that he was interested in all religions, very spiritual. The books that Elvis loved to read were very diverse. He loved to meditate. He wanted questions about his purpose, the meaning of his life. He wanted meaning, he wanted purpose. He felt that he had been given the gifts that he had for a reason. This is what Mindy said. Mindy said Elvis was a searcher, and they would read regularly. They would even sing together. Have any of you seen Mindy's interview? They would sing together. And Mindy knows how to sing. She's a good singer. So, is Natalie there? Natalie, can you delete the 24/7? Can you, because you're down as admin, can you go into that 24/7, not the Defending Elvis one, the other one, the one that has been hacked, and can you delete the chat? Are you there, Natalie? Natalie, we've come off the 24/7 chat that is on my name, Louis McCreedys, because we've had a troll, and it's showing you as an admin. Can you go in to the settings and delete that chat? Because you are admin. I have no I don't know why. I think someone just did it because they thought it was funny. Oh, rad, yeah. Elaine, are you there? Thank you, Natalie. Elaine, can you check that it's been deleted? I'd like to know. Elaine, are you there? I'm having another blackberry. I haven't eaten, guys. Well, I did have a bit of egg and bacon. My hair's a flipping mess. So, Elaine, has it gone? So, Elaine, was that a yes for the it's gone? I left the group, so I can't. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. All right, doesn't matter. I'm nearly home. Now, this is my plan, guys. I'm going to go home, brush my hair because I look stupid. I'm going to go home, go shopping, then I'm going to come back and do a live on the laptop. I might do it in the camper van. I think most of you have left the chat, haven't you? So in case you're just joining us now, guys, we had a bit of a problem on our 24/7 chat. We've hopefully deleted it. Just in case you want to join us, it's Defending Elvis Presley, Louis' daily live streams. Defending Elvis Presley, Louis' daily live streams. I actually might change the name, make it shorter. I might just change it to just Defending Elvis Presley. I think I will. Yeah, I am going to. I'm going to change it if I can. So the new Defending Elvis Presley Facebook, it's just going to be called Defending Elvis Presley. If you join onto that, then you can join the chat. And I am going to be checking. Anyone that tries to join now, I'm going to check. Make sure everything's okay, because we've had a problem. I do think it's better that we just have one chat. One chat. I think when there's two, it gets confusing. So, anyway, what are we talking about? Rob, oh yes, I was saying that I think that, okay, can anyone subscribe, please? Well, you say that, I'm not going to make it private, and I'll tell you why, because it blocks all you lot chatting. So no, we're just going to have to sit. I've tightened it up with the passwords, so let's just hope that does it. Yeah, I've tried making it private, Elaine. It didn't work. All it did was block all of you out. I'm not doing that. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So, Robert Kardashian. So who was after Robert Kardashian? Who? Did someone say a name? I'm sure Elaine said a name. Don't worry, Elaine. We'll suss it. We'll suss it. You know, the main thing is the YouTube channel and the live streams, isn't it? That's the main thing. The Facebook is just a bit of an extra. So there's 33 of you watching. Please can you subscribe? If any of you want to become members, please become a member. Terry O'Neill. Terry O'Neill. Can you tell me anything about him? I don't know anything about Terry O'Neill. What was he? Did he have money? Because I do remember that Priscilla did like... Thanks, Linda. I do remember that Priscilla likes wealthy, successful men. Yeah, I'm going to do that, Elaine, but I'm walking at the moment. Don't forget, I haven't done a proper... This isn't a proper dating live stream. This is just Louis going for a walk. I needed some fresh air. I was going mad trying to sort out this Facebook problem. I am going to do it properly. I am. I'll get the... don't forget, Elaine, you'll laugh, right? But we've only done 3 names, haven't we? We've done maybe only 2 names. We've done Mike Stone. We've done Robert Kardashian. That's it. I've got about 30 more names to go through. So I'm just trying to read your comments. So by the time I get home, we'll be bringing this up to an hour, which yeah, Marco Garibaldi, but I want to do them in order. Was Marco Garibaldi after Terry O'Neill? I asked that question. Now, someone told me that Marco Garibaldi is the one that grassed up Barry Siegel's secret goings-on with Elvis Presley Enterprises and Priscilla Presley, their betrayal with the money that Marco Garibaldi told Lisa Marie. Does anyone know that? Isn't that a bit of a funny one? So we've got Marco Garibaldi, Priscilla's lover for 22 years, but he's the one that told Lisa Marie about this secret goings-on between Priscilla and Barry Siegel. Barry Siegel was Lisa Marie's manager on behalf of Gracelands. And it was Marco Garibaldi that told Lisa. Isn't that interesting, I think? Yeah, I heard this. Rebecca, thank you. So, we talk about Marco Garibaldi. Didn't he pass away sort of... Does anyone know the year Marco Garibaldi passed away? Did I see that it was 2017? So one of you are going to tell me he's still alive now, but he wasn't a bad looking guy, was he? Yes, she would have. Well, as far as I know, Priscilla, Lisa Marie threatened a lawsuit again, and Priscilla sold her house to pay back Lisa Marie to avoid a lawsuit, a public lawsuit that involved her own mother. So there's more to it, because the money that she got for her house was never going to cover the amount of money they lost. And there were sort of silly investments, wasn't there, with the money from Graceland? Was it to do with American Idol and stuff? Right, we are getting nearly home. It's good exercise, this. Good exercise. So I'm going to go home, go to Morrison's, I'm going to take the camper van. We're having chicken and salad, halloumi, olives, and dips, hummus. This is what we're having. Very healthy. Now, so I think what we're going to do, is he alive or dead? I don't know. I thought he was dead. Or is he missing? I actually did try and look it up, and I'm sure I come across something that 2017, but he could be alive. Can we Google that? Can we quickly Google it, see if he's alive? I've heard he's off the radar. I think someone made a joke and said he was buried under the sea. I think I do remember that comment. So Stacey says he's probably still alive. Maybe they're still together. Maybe Priscilla is still with Marco Garibaldi Garcia, somewhere in Brazil. Right, nearly home. Anyway, I think we've had a good chat. Do you know what? I had 2 hours sat down trying to find this troll and delete it on Facebook, and I just needed some fresh air. And I tell you what, this walk has given me that. It's a bit hotter than I expected. Whew. I'm 57 years old, guys. I've been walking for an hour. Right, a bit of shade. A bit of shade for 2 seconds. So I hope you've enjoyed our chat. We've had quite a few of you watching, which I like. And these phone lives, they're a bit different. They're more of a bit of fun, aren't they? Yeah, a bit of fresh air. It's like we're having a chat, aren't we? We're all walking together. Who feels like you've been walking with me? Do any of you feel like you've had a good walk? Oh, thanks, Elaine. 57. 57, I've still got hair. Why have I still got hair? My dad was completely bald at 40. So I don't know why I've got hair. Probably because I'm an Elvis fan. Yeah, I bet you're tired. Linda, I bet you're tired after that walk. Woo! I think just watching me makes people tired. Don't forget, my wife's only 41. She's 41 in September the 29th. September. She's a Virgo. I am a Cancerian. What star sign are you guys? What star sign are you guys? Tell me your star signs. I am Cancerian. Can you tell me what countries you're in before I get home? What countries are you all in? Let's see it. Sagittarius, Stacy. Come on, what countries are you in? There's 27 of you watching. We have Aquarius, UK, Alabama, Cancer, Annette, Elaine, 62, Capricorn, Sue in the UK. I'm quickly reading them. They're flashing up. They flash up and then they disappear. We have Rebecca. So we've got Deborah in the USA. She's a Leo. Sorry, they're quickly disappearing, so I'm not reading them all. Okay, guys, we're back home now, and we are approaching exactly 52. Vincenzo is 52. Hi, Vincenzo. We are approaching the house. Look. we're home. There's the camper. We're going to drive it to Morrison's. So, see you guys. I'm going to go now. I wish you all the best. We've had a good time. We've had a nice chat, a nice walk. I've enjoyed it. It's been really good. I'm going to send you all love. And I'll be back. See you later, guys. Love to all of you.